Hello to my good friend Mr. Mad Bad Voodo, and as he says to my friends of the interweb. Just wanted to make a few comments about having just passed 200 videos placed up on YouTube, having had nearly 800,000 views altogether, and on having posted about 15 political rants and comments on the British general election over the last week or so. I've done that for three reasons. One, because while my dear wife Julia is away with two lady friends on a sort of pilgrimage or retreat to Lindisfarne, which is an island associated with the development of Celtic Christianity many hundreds of years ago. It's an island off the coast of Northumberland in north east England. Julia incidentally has been to the island of Iona, which has again an interesting role in the history of Christianity in Britain, which is off the northwest island of Scotland. But I've been away, I've been alone, not nearly alone, not alone of course. I've taken a week's leave from the daytime job in order to be around for our mentally handicapped and epileptic 23-year-old daughter. She's managing okay really, but she needs someone around, so I've taken a week off work so Julia could go away. Isn't that good of me? In fact, she lets me go away quite often, and I really appreciate that. And we've had this incredibly interesting general election going on. It's really the first general election we've had during which we've had YouTube, Facebook and all the rest of it. Very strong feelings about this election. I'm not going to say any more about that now because I've put it elsewhere. And also I've gone a little bit crazy with all the sunlight. So we had this wonderful bright sunlit week, and we don't very often get a week of unbroken sunshine in England, let alone in April, and it's brought the plants on very well. There's some pear blossom, quince will be blossoming soon. Here's a new medlar that Julia bought and has planted out. Here's some plum blossom against the sky. This is a rare old variety called Ulin's Golden Gage, one of those plums you read about in the books, but it isn't grown commercially anymore because it's not a very good cropper. And here's Irish peach. This is an apple I've posted about. This is the very first apple to blossom, and look, here we are. Today is the 23rd of April. It is St. George's Day, the patron saint of England. There goes a wood pigeon bursting away out of the larch coppice there. It is the birthday of William Shakespeare, and it's not, we don't have a national holiday for St. George's Day in England. Some people think we should. See my reflection on St George and St Albans on another blog. But yeah, I just wanted to say hello to all the people who may have recently joined this channel. Of course, you know, it's the law of 2 feet. You like it, you are fine. If not, then you walk away and there's no problems with that. Just a few reflections on YouTubing. I started YouTubing, and here's some plum blossom. I started YouTubing so 2 years ago. I took a video of some English country dancing, Wickham Morris, a Morris dancing side based near here. They come to this orchard to dance occasionally, and I play mandolin with them, and on this occasion I took it's a damson blossom there. On this occasion I took a film of people dancing. Here's our espaliers. If I'm mixing this up, it's because I am mixed up, and because life is mixed up. I'm just talking about, you know, my YouTubing experience. Anyway, Sarah, my daughter, showed this video to Ian, who's a dance master, and he said, "Hey, you should put it up on YouTube." And I thought, "Oh, YouTube? Oh, what's YouTube?" I was vaguely aware of YouTube. I'd heard bad things about it. I'd heard, you know, people filmed other people vomiting or, you know, beat people up. There was this craze called happy slapping, where probably still is, all I know, where people beat somebody up, film it on their mobile phones and put it on YouTube. That was what I'd heard about it. But anyway, this is the slow blossom. The hawthorn blossom comes later. Anyway, so I spent a little bit of time, and I discovered YouTube. I thought, this looks quite interesting. You know, this could work, and I put the I put the video up of Wickham Morris dancing a dance called the Battle of New Orleans, or Battle of New Orleans, as you could say. We sing a version of the Battle of New Orleans in Britain in which the British win. But anyway, kind regards to all the friends in America. These are the pyramid pears I planted, which I mentioned earlier, and I'll be mentioning again. And anyway, so yeah, it worked. And then I thought, well, I'm always getting asked about how to prune apple trees. I've been growing apple trees and reading about them and fascinated by them and loving them. You know, I think every one of us should have one mild, eccentric enthusiasm that's harmless, and if it can be beneficial, when? Well, that's even better. You know, many of us have difficult jobs. Some of us have worries on our mind, as the old Eagles song goes, a world of trouble on my mind. And it's nice to have something to do which takes you away from the routine and which is fascinating, whether it's stamp collecting or like my mad bad friend collecting firearms or whatever. Anyway, for me it's apples, and so I put a pruning video up. It was quite amateurish, but you know, it made my points, and it was popular. I put another one up, that was popular, and one thing led to another, and I put lots and lots of apple pruning videos up. My crazy cousin Steve Appleseed, Ramblin' Steve, he's put a few of his blues record playing up, the guitar playing. I made him clear off to another channel, to Axiomatic 272. Anyhow, be that as it may, over the last week my Julia's been away in Northumberland, and so I've been at home looking after Sarah. Took a week off work, and we've had this election going on, and I've been blogging and blogging and blogging about it, and I just want to just reassure people who come here because they like to you know, have a little walk through the orchard, as we're doing now, that normal service will be resumed, almost certainly. I was planning to just sort of put the frequent comments saying what I felt I wanted to say. As simple as that, that's all. I'm not claiming to be objective or balanced. You want to watch out for people who claim to be objective and balanced. As I quoted George Orwell, George Orwell fought in the Spanish Civil War. He got a bullet through the throat. He survived. He had very strong feelings, very passionate feelings about what happened in the Spanish Civil War. Read his book Homage to Catalonia, a very powerful book. Anyway, he said, when you're reading about the Spanish Civil War, be very careful and don't believe anything that you read unless you check it, because I only saw what I saw, and I'm opinionated, and so is everybody else. And you know, writing about the election is the same sort of thing, so I'm probably going to take those down anyway. I probably will delete them unless people beg me not to. But anyway, here is the orchard today. It's St George's Day, and here's a cherry tree, which I think is possibly my favourite tree. We found this cherry tree growing wild. We dug it up from the hedgerow and we planted it here, I think about 17 years ago. It's nearly a foot in girth, and I think it's about 45 feet high, and I can see some bumblebees up in it, and I think it's catastrophically beautiful, really lovely. So anyway, yeah, so past 200 vlogs. I will say this about YouTube. It gives people the opportunity for free speech, and some people are nasty, twisted, ugly, boring, spiteful and moronic, and they've got free speech as well. and if I don't want them to be censored, if I don't want to be censored, then those guys won't be censored. I was on I was looking at some music videos last night, and you quite often get the old "my band is better than your band," and very often it gets to foul, horrible abuse. I do think that's a pity, but that's the price of free speech, I guess. Anyway, yeah.